Good afternoon, everyone. Carolyn Tiger here with video number 5 in our Living in the Flow series. How are you liking it? I'm not getting any feedback. What's going on there, people? Talk to me. How did you do with your planning? Changing the plan, being willing to adjust the plan. That's such a big one for me. It is not one of my strong suits, but I work on it regularly to stay in the flow. So today we are moving on to a really awesome topic, and you are in luck because I am going to share with you a little snippet from my new Exponentially Empowered program. So this is something we dive into really deep and learn about in that program, but I'm going to share with you a little tip from there to help you live in the flow a little better. One of the things that causes us to have a lot of stress and get stopped up and feel out of control and stressed out and all of that is miscommunication. And it happens all the time. And it can happen over little things, it can happen over big things, but most of the time it's just a miscommunication. It's not so much that anybody's right or wrong, it's just a miscommunication. And learning to listen, to understand, rather than respond is a huge skill that will help you exponentially in living in the flow. So there's four steps to empathic listening. So the first one is to mimic. So there's stages. So these are the stages you go through as you learn how to become an empathic listener. The first one is to mimic the content. Basically, you just repeat it back. The second is to rephrase the content in your own words. The third is you reflect the feeling. So not so much what they're saying, but what they're feeling. And the fourth is to rephrase the content and reflect the feeling. So here's some examples for you. So just the mimic, the first step or stage, first stage of empathic listening. So mimicking it back. So kid says, "Dad, I've had it. School is for the birds. Don't like it." Okay. The dad he mimics that back. He basically just reflects what the son said. "Oh, you've had it. You think school is for the birds." Okay. Requires almost no brain power. You're just a mirror. You're mimicking it back. And have you ever heard, as they teach you how to listen, sometimes this is something that they'll teach you, is to mimic it back. But that's just the first stage. The second stage is when we rephrase the content. So, same sentence. "Dad, I've had it. School is for the birds." Dad comes back with, "You don't want to go to school anymore." So he's rephrasing. The content is all about school and not liking it, right? So school is the content, and Dad's saying, "Oh, you don't want to go to school anymore." Okay, that's what you're saying? So that's rephrasing the content, or the second stage of empathic listening. The third stage is to reflect the feeling. So what is the feeling? "Dad, I've had it. School is for the birds." Again, same sentence, right? We're repeating it, but we're doing the different levels of listening. "Oh, you're feeling frustrated?" Okay, do you get that? The feeling that's going on there. "Dad, I've had it. School's for the birds." Okay, the feeling I'm getting from you, son, is that you're frustrated. So he reflects back the feeling. "Oh, you're feeling frustrated." Okay, so then you see we're getting a little bit deeper, and we're starting to listen to understand rather than just respond. Instead of, "Well, that's too bad, son, you're going to school, I don't care." It's, let's figure out why this is a struggle for you. And then the fourth level, or the fourth stage of empathic listening, is to rephrase the content and reflect the feeling. I didn't write that down very well. So, "Dad, I've had it. School is for the birds." And Dad says, "Oh, you're really frustrated about school?" "Well, yeah, Dad, it totally sucks. I just can't do it anymore." Right? So all of a sudden we're at a new level of listening, and the person with whom we're having the conversation feels validated and understood And we are actually listening to understand what's going on, not necessarily tell them what we think and what needs to happen. So, Dad, I've had it, school is for the birds. Oh, so content, school, feeling frustrated. So you're feeling frustrated about school. Yeah, Dad, I really am. I just don't want to go anymore. I just don't know what to do about it. So content is, again, going to school. The feeling there is, I have a dilemma. I'm not happy there, and I need help. So he's starting to reach out. And because Dad is being open and listening in a different way, instead of just saying, well, tough, school, you have to go, I don't care. He's listening to find out what's going on. And so that is how you start to become an empathic listener. When you start to listen, to understand, rather than respond. That is how you start getting in the flow, living in the flow, rather than just fighting and pushing against the grain all the time. Think how you would feel, how you feel validated and empowered when someone would say to you, oh, I've just had it, I can't do this anymore, life is too hard. Oh, you're feeling a little bit frustrated about life? Yes, I am. I have too many kids and I just can't get everything done. Oh, you're feeling overwhelmed because you have so much on your plate? I mean, you see how that works? If someone starts saying that to me, then all of a sudden I feel validated rather than just, oh yeah, I know, it really sucks, life is hard. It's kind of like, well, yeah, but that's complaining, right? That's just digging deeper. But if someone says to me, oh, that's how you're feeling overwhelmed and like there's just too much to do and you can't do it all? Yeah, I am. I really am. And I've made these lists and I just can't seem to get anything checked off my list and I'm starting to feel like a failure. Oh, I see. You've got feelings like you're not measuring up, you're failing, and you're not being a good mom. Yeah, that's how I'm feeling. So think about how, and then that gets the person with whom you're having the conversation. They start thinking about where they really are and what's really going on. And it's not so high in emotion, but it starts to bring it down into, okay, let's bring this into a place where we can actually handle it and deal with it and see where I really am. So what I'm really saying is I just need someone to bring in dinner tonight and everything will be great. It's, but what's coming out is I'm just overwhelmed, I can't do it all. Oh, you're feeling overwhelmed and you can't do it all? Yeah, I'm feeling overwhelmed and I can't do it all. Or, oh, I see how you're feeling like you're just overwhelmed and there's just too much to do. Yeah. Do you see the difference? I hope you can see the difference. I'm kind of ad-libbing here, which makes it a little off the wall. But it's learning how to listen to understand rather than respond. It takes you to another level of consciousness there, another level of understanding of yourself and others around you. I know I am really quick to just respond, and I've been honing this skill for quite a while now to help me really get to where they're coming from and understand what's going on a deeper level, not just what's at the surface and boiling over. So that is your tip for today in living in the flow. Now, if you want to dive in deeper and learn more and really hone that skill, that's one of the things we do in my new Exponentially Empowered program. So if that speaks to you, send me a quick message and let's have a chat and see if you're a good fit for that program. Have a fabulous day, everybody. Bye-bye.